Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video, we're going to break down 5 things that you'll absolutely love about Grinchmas over at Universal Orlando. And guests will be pleasantly surprised to know that Grinchmas is included absolutely free with your Universal Orlando ticket. That's right, 4 of the 5 things that we are about to go over are absolutely free and included with your Universal Orlando ticket. So if you are in the process of planning a Universal trip between November 12th to January 1st, or if you already have a trip booked, you're going to want to be sure to stick around till the end to see exactly what Universal has waiting for you at the parks. I'm really excited for this video. Let's go get started. Thank you all so much for checking out this video. Like I said, we're about to break down some of the amazing things that are waiting for you at Universal Orlando, specifically for Grinchmas. Now, the holidays are right around the corner, and Grinchmas is an annual holiday tradition inspired by Dr. Seuss' classic, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now, this year, Grinchmas is happening from November 12th, 2022 through January 23rd. Grinchmas is included in your park ticket, like we said, and we think that's one of the coolest things about this event, which takes place over at Islands of Adventure Park in Seuss Landing. And to start the list, we're going to jump over at number 1 with Grinchmas Wholiday Spectacular. Now, the Wholiday Spectacular typically runs daily with around 8 shows a day. Talented performers bring the Seuss favorite to life through song and dance, and it also is important for us to note that if you do plan to attend this show, we do recommend to arrive 30 to 45 minutes ahead of showtime. Now, of course, that's very important if you are visiting during one of the busier weeks of the holiday season, but it's also important for us to note that there is a little bit of a walk between the front of the queue to actually where the show theater takes place. So we just want to mention that. But again, this is something very cool. Go and check out Grinchmas Wholiday Spectacular. Moving over to number 2, another thing that's just different from Seuss Landing throughout the year, specifically for Grinchmas, and we would say meet Whoville citizens around Seuss Landing. Now, citizens are usually not out and about walking through the land, but in this case they are, and you can catch them on stilts or strolling through the street of the lifted Lorax. Now, all of them will happily pose for photos with you, so be sure to take advantage of that. Okay, so moving on to number 3, and really the main reason why we are here, this is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and of course it wouldn't be How the Grinch Stole Christmas without a Grinch meet and greet at all the books you can read. Now, fans of the quirky creature will get the opportunity to meet him for an autograph and a photo op, and he really does live up to his persona in the movies and the books, right? Making special guest appearances are the Grinch's dog, Max, and of course Cindy Lou Who and her many Who friends. Okay, so moving on to number 4, and this is the only one on the list that is actually an additional cost. However, we just felt like we couldn't leave it off the list just because it wasn't back in 2021. So it being back for 2022 is really a big deal. And I will say that out of all the questions that we get about Grinchmas, this is probably by far the number 1 question that fans want to know about, and that is the Grinch and Friends Character Breakfast. Now, this grand feast takes place at Circus McGurkus Cafe Stupendous, where the Grinch and the Whoville friends will visit your table and spread some holiday cheer. Honestly, it makes me laugh sometimes that I spent all that money on college, and then, hey, this was the perfect career path for me. I wish they would have taught me some of this stuff in school, though. So you can enjoy a tasty breakfast buffet with themed food such as green eggs and ham, and breakfast favorites too, including a non-alcoholic beverage and of course specialty treats. Now, guests will also receive 1 digital download photo from 1 character interaction, and as of this point in time, the character breakfast is planned to take place on select dates between November 23rd to December 29th. Reservations are required. You can go and make the reservations over directly at the Universal Orlando website. And then, of course, park admission is also required because it is inside the parks. And based on what the information we're seeing right now, the character breakfast is $41.99 per adult and $26 per child, ages 3 to 9. So that's really cool. We're excited to have the Grinchmas Character Breakfast back, and that is in at number 4. And then, of course, moving to number 5, and we have the Seuss Landing decorations. And, of course, it wouldn't be the holidays without some Christmas decorations. Guests can enjoy the wreaths, garlands, Christmas trees, and more around Seuss Landing. And we highly recommend riding the high-in-the-sky Seuss trolley train to get an aerial view of what the park looks like with Christmas. But overall, just Seuss Landing is just decked out, and it's so different from the normal time of year, like we said. And Universal really does have a lot of great Christmas decorations. Now, of course, you could see that, this is a free event. It's not going to be, it's nothing like Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, right? But with that being said, we feel like you always just get a little bit more with Universal. And this is just one of those things where you do just get a little bit more for the same kind of ticket price, if that makes sense. And of course, Universal has so much more going on in the parks, like I said, for Christmas. And we actually are releasing a full Christmas video on everything going on at Universal Orlando for the holidays. I'm going to leave a link in the show notes so you can go and check that out. But that's the list, guys, from 1 down to 5. Those are the 5 main things that we are really, really looking forward to about Grinchmas over at Universal Orlando. And I hope this video did get you as prepared as possible and you are a little bit more excited for your trip over to Universal Orlando. I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.